And welcome back to Bristol Prairie City High School as we're just getting about ready to start the varsity contest. Our JoJo Gaming Parlor pregame show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street in Bristol and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And Kelly Sears JV contest over, and excited to see what we'll see out of this varsity contest here this evening.
You know, the big thing is you got two teams that are looking for their first win and knowing that they can get their first win. And, sometimes that means a lot. And, you're going to play a lot harder when you know you can come out of here with a win tonight.
We're going to step aside here for just a moment. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip-off of the varsity contest here at Bristol Prairie City High School.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room, prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're back here at Bristol Prairie City High School. As you can see there up on the graphics, our starters of this contest for tonight. We'll start with the visitors from West Prairie. Braxton Dunn, number 2, a 5'9" junior, wears number 2. Also, Luke Shirey, number 3, a 6-foot junior. Andrew Sullivan, number 23, a 5'11" senior. Reagan Weaver, 6-foot senior, wears number 32. And Matthew Geltmacher, a 6'4" senior, wears number 34 for BPC. Will Hensley, number 3, a 5'11" senior. Number 5, Cole Taylor, 6'3" senior. Number 10, Cooper Allman, 6'4" senior. Number 20, Griffin Pico. And 42, Shane Shin, a 6'2" junior. We're going to step aside for our national anthem. And the national anthem here at Bristol Prairie City High School. And we're going to get the starting lineups from PA announcer Jake Croxton. Our officials tonight, Bruce Fisher, Jim Williams, and John Hippen.
At guard, the 6'1" junior, number 2, Croxton, Doug. At guard, the 6' junior, number 3, Luke Prairie. At 1 quarter, the 6'1" junior, number 30.
West Prairie coming in at 1-1 as win over West Central, lost thus far to Mercer County. BPC looking for their first win of the night, the season. Craig Duncan, the head coach at West Prairie High School. Of course, head golf coach at Macomb High School as well.
and used to coach junior high basketball at Macomb.
Now the starting lineups for BPC.
And now, let's get the starting lineup. 3-4 for Prairie City Spartans. At guard, the 5'11" senior, number 3, Will Hensley. At guard, the 6'3" senior, number 5, Cole Taylor. At guard, the 6'4" senior, right number 10, Cooper Oliver. At forward, the 6'3" senior, number 20, Griffin Peacock. And over the 6'2" junior, number 42, Shane Shin. Thunder and the Spartan bench is by Steve Martin. Tonight's official is John Hibbon.
And we're just about ready for some varsity boys basketball action this evening. Chris Rank, Kaiser Kelly Sears, our all-knowing, all-worldly producer Dwayne Hewlett here alongside. It'll be a Cyclone basketball to start this contest. 23, Andrew Sullivan going to inbound. For West Prairie, and will do so. Gets it in to Braxton Dunn. Luke Shirey with the basketball now for West Prairie. The road black, silver, and white uniforms. A long three fired up by 23. Sullivan off the front iron, no good. Rebound hustled around and corralled by West Prairie. Braxton Dunn with it. Now inside, they try to go 32. Weaver inside, and that ball poked away by BPC here. The Spartans come the other way. Cross court, Cole Taylor, number 5, thought about a three, puts the ball on the floor, left-hand dribbles, drives in, pops one up, no good, a little long, rebound down to West Prairie. Dunn's going to drive it in, is going to scoop one up, no good, all white jerseys there, but Dunn's going to come out of it now. Will Hensley finally able to corral the loose ball for BPC.
It was like a hot potato in there, wasn't it?
It sure looked like it. Hensley with the basketball, that would be Will. Near corner, Cooper Allman, and his floater rattles around and good and puts BPC on top. First points of the night in the varsity contest, 2-0 BPC on top. Braxton Dunn with the basketball, now to Reagan Weaver. Weaver looks inside, guarded by Shin. Back to Dunn. Cutting it. Andrew Sullivan's going to fire up a three in and out. No good. Rebound down to Pico for BPC. Gets it over to Allman. Will Hensley going to drive in. Baseline, hands it off to Shin. Shin's going to head fake up. No on the shot, but going to the line for two. Matthew Geltmacher whistle for the foul. His first team foul, number 1. Just underway in the varsity contest. 6:29 to play, and Shin up and good on the first one. Makes it a 3-0 lead. Second one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Reagan Weaver for West Prairie. Done with the basketball on a right-hand dribble, far side. Looking inside, kicks it out to Geltmacher. Over to Sullivan. Shirey with it, back to Sullivan. Sullivan thought about a long three, no. Gets it over to Weaver. Weaver guarded by Shin. Ball handed off to Dunn. Sullivan behind the back. Gonna stop, pop, and off the iron, no good. Cooper Allman for the rebound for BPC. Kicks it out to Shin. Shin gonna drive in, scoop up, and good. A tough shot, gets it to go. Shane Shin. And BPC on top, 5-0. Done with the basketball now, poked away, and ball off the hands of Sullivan on the far side for West Prairie. It'll go back to BPC. Will Hensley will bring it up for the Spartans. Get a screen from Shin, left side, pops over to Cooper Allman. And a long two for Shane Shin.
That was only a two?
Yeah, the official said foot on the line, so long two for Shin, a 7-0 lead for BPC. Sullivan with it now for West Prairie. drives in, gets Allman up in the air, and the ball going to go off of Cooper's hands to West Prairie. See number 21 checking in for the first time, Briar Friday for West Prairie as Geltmacher checks out. Dunn to inbounds for the Cyclones. Gets it into Sullivan. Over to Shirey. Dunn going to fire up a long three, and that one's good. Right in front of the Spartan bench. A three for West Prairie cuts the lead to 4. 7-3. 4:50 to play here in the opening quarter. Cooper Allman with the basketball for BPC. Gets it over to Will Hensley. Back to Allman. Taylor to Hensley. Shin, a nice first quarter thus far. Head fakes, picks up the dribble, gets it to Hensley. Back to Taylor. Clock down to 4:25 to play. First quarter, 7-3 advantage for BPC. And Dunn's going to kick the ball, so stays with BPC. And we're going to get our media COVID timeout. And we'll be back here courtside of BPC in just a moment.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And welcome back here courtside on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 7-3 lead for BPC out of the COVID timeout. 4:20 to play here in the opening quarter. It'll be West Prairie basketball out of the, or no, Bristol Prairie City basketball, I'm sorry, out of the timeout. Will Hensley to inbound. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor's going to fire up a quick three and rattle it around and down. Cole Taylor with a three makes it a 7-point lead for BPC. 4:10 to play here, first quarter. Dunn. Now to Weaver for West Prairie. Looking inside for Sullivan, no. Gets it over 21, Friday. Sullivan going to fire up a three off the iron, no good. Rebound strong and put up and back in by 32, Reagan Weaver. Cuts the lead to 5, 10-5. 3:45 to play here in the opening quarter. Will Hensley, the basketball for BPC, picks up the dribble. Near corner to Taylor. Screen by Shin. Taylor gets it over to Pico. He's thinking about it. Drives in. Shot no. Shin with a rebound. Kicks it back out to Taylor. He'll fire up a three off the iron. No good. Rebound batted around. Finally controlled by Weaver for West Prairie. Over to Dunn. Dunn's going to drive in. Kicks it out to Weaver. 32. Gets the ball to Shirey. Shirey's shot up and no good. And going to get a foul on 20, Griffin Pico, on the body contact. It'll be his first, and team foul number 1 on the Spartans.
Team first, at the line number 3, Luke Shirey.
First one by Shirey up and good. Cuts it to a 10-6 lead. Dalton Horwedel into the ball game for BPC for the first time, number 23. Second one up by Shirey's up and good. 10-7 lead for BPC. 3:10 to play here in the opening quarter. Hensley with the basketball now to Taylor. Hensley with the basketball again to Cooper Allman. Long three by Taylor is no good. Rebound down to Sullivan for West Prairie. Dunn with the basketball now for West Prairie. Swings it over to Friday. Looks at Sullivan, no. Keeps the ball now, gets it over to Sullivan. 2:35 to play. Back door they go to Weaver, I should say. And Dunn with the basketball again for West Prairie. Thought about three, goes back inside to Weaver. Now going to be a foul inside on Shane Shin for BPC.
Spartan personal foul number 22, Shane Shin.
10-7 the lead for BPC, 2:26 to play. The West Prairie basketball out of bounds. Dunn to inbound, number 2. Gets it into Weaver, shot blocked by Shin, rebound corralled by Taylor. Taylor, numbers aren't there, hands it off to Hensley, no, shot no, and rebound down to Dunn for West Prairie. They're going to run the other way. Dunn up with a circus shot up and good. A lot of contact there, but Dunn strung to the basket and the lead down to 1 for BPC, 10-9. Horwittle with the basketball for BPC. Gets it over to Allman. Cooper Allman shot up, no good. Rebound, hustling after it is Hensley, but it'll go to West Prairie.
You know, the BPC, when they start to play fast, they get a little sloppy, but when they slow down, they're as good as anybody.
As we see number 20, Bailey Sullivan, in for the first time for West Prairie. Also back, 34, Matthew Geltmacher. 10-9 BPC lead, 1:40 to play here in the opening quarter. Sullivan with the basketball for West Prairie. He's going to spin up a shot, no rebound. Tapped out of bounds off of West Prairie. It'll go to BPC. Taylor inbounds for BPC. Dalton Horwittle with the basketball. Bring it up. Sets up the offense for the Spartans. Gets a screen from Hensley. Kicks it to Cooper Allman. Back out to Taylor. Back to Horwittle. Loses the handle momentarily. Now going to lose it and going to draw a foul. Or get fouled. That will be Dunn. And that's going to be on Horwittle, his first, team's third. Braxton Dunn brings it up for West Prairie, down to 1:14 on the opening quarter clock. Gets it over to Geltmacher, to Friday. Dunn's going to stop, pop a three off the iron, short, no good. Rebound controlled by Will Hensley for BPC. Gets it to Taylor. Down under a minute to play, 58 seconds play. Horwittle now in the corner to Allman. Allman's going to stop, pop, float one up from about 5 feet away. Cooper Allman with his basket, first basket of the night, I believe, and second basket for Cooper, and a 12-9 lead as we're down to 40 seconds. BPC on top by 3. Dunn guarded by Hensley, contact by Hensley. Shin with a block. West Prairie with the basketball, down to 30. Inside they go. 34 Geltmacher, his shot up, no good. Rebound down to Cooper Allman. Hensley gets it down to Horwittle. Back to Hensley. Hensley going to stop, pop a three. It's good. Will Hensley makes it a 6-point lead for BPC. 15-9, 14 seconds left on the opening quarter clock. Braxton Dunn gets it over to Bailey Sullivan. Number 20 for West Prairie now. Matthew Geltmacher, 34, goes by Shin. Layup up, no. Rebound out of bounds to BPC. 34, Brian Bittner. 24, Will Hensley. And 20, Griffin Pico back for BPC as we're going to end the first quarter at 15-9 lead for BPC with the lead. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agriculture lending, as well as its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all the BPC athletes good luck this season. Also brought to you by M&B Furniture. Bushnell's only furniture store will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and best in home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.bfurnitureinc.com. You can also give them a call at 309-772-2111. as the Spartans will have the basketball to start the second quarter.
You know, one of the things the officials are letting them play tonight. A lot of banging going on in the boards. Type of game we like to see.
And out of the first shot of the quarter by Bittner's up, no good. Rebound back to BPC. Bittner gets it back. Looks inside, gets it into Pico, and he's going to be fouled from behind by 34, Matthew Geltmacher.
It'll be his second.
Into the ball game, number 32 back for the Cyclones is Reagan Weaver. Taylor to inbound for BPC. Gets it into Bittner on top. Bittner with a head fake, gets it over to Taylor. Inside to go, Wilt Hensley. Horrible thought about a three, no, picks up the dribble, hands off to Taylor. Taylor's gonna fire up a three, and it's good. Cole Taylor doubles the advantage. It's now a 18-9 as they double up the score. The Spartans on top by 9, 7:20 to play here in the first half. Shot no by West Prairie, and Braxton Dunn there for the easy layup on the rebound. 18-11 lead for BPC. Cole Taylor with the basketball for the Spartans. 7 minutes to play. Ball swung around. Bittner going to fire up a three. Addles in around. No good. Rebound down to 21. Friday for West Prairie. Driving in is number 20 for the Cyclones. His shot up. No good by Bailey Sullivan. The ball tapped out of bounds, and it'll go back to BPC.
Returning for West Prairie,
Luke Shirey into the ball game, back in for BPC, and also number 3, Will Hensley, back for the Spartans. Dalton Horwood will bring it up for BPC. Where's number 23? 7-point lead for the Spartans, 18-11. Griffin Pico with the basketball. Now back to Horwood, over to Will Hensley. Far corner, Bittner looking inside for Sam. Cross court to Horwood. His three is up short. Rebound down to number 20, Bailey Sullivan. Braxton Dunn with the basketball for the Cyclones, now to 20, Bailey Sullivan. Shirey with it. Now back to Dunn. 6:05 to play. Dunn with the basketball. Right-hand dribble guarded by Bittner. Has it nearly poked away by Pico. Geltmacher's going in for the shot. Blocked by Sam Hensley. Ball loose on the floor. Will Hensley with it. Going to drive in one-on-one. Shot no. Rebound controlled by West Prairie. Dunn with the basketball. Cross-court pass. Bounce pass to Shirey, up and good. Luke Shirey with his first basket of the night. 18-13 lead for BPC. 5:40 to play. Bittner with a long three. No. Rebound. Horwood loses the handle, and going to get a foul inside on West Prairie. Cooper Allman back for BPC.
Who's that foul on?
They said White 2-3 on the foul.
That's what I thought.
But .34 Matt Geltmacher on the foul.
That's his third, team third.
As we're going to see 21.
Now into the Cyclone lineup, number 21,
Briar Friday. 18-13 lead for BPC. Will Hensley to inbounds. Gets it into Cooper Allman. Allman with the left-hand dribble over to Horwood. Inside to go Pico. Pico's going to shoot one from 15, free throw line extended. No. Rebound down to Dunn for West Prairie. Tried to go inside, had a good look inside was Weaver, but the ball through Weaver's hands out of bounds to BPC.
Yeah, that was a good pass. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it or not, but he was open too.
As Will Hensley will bring it up as we're down to 5:10 to play. First half, 18-13 lead for BPC. Horwood to Cooper Allman, a long three from the far corner, no good. Rebound controlled by BPC. Nice save by Sam Hensley to Will Hensley. Sets up the Spartan offense. They moving around. Horwood, a three from the near corner long, no good. Rebound controlled by Will Hensley. Over to Cooper Allman. Allman's going to drive in with the left hand. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Snyder.
You know, the thing about it is that the hustle by BPC in that possession, you know, 3 times they've got the rebound, and Hensley's, both of them, just working hard.
We'll be back here courtside in just a moment.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And back here at BPC High School, out of the timeout, it is Spartan basketball, 18-13 lead for BPC over West Prairie, 4:43 to play. First half, Chris Schrenkhauser, Kelly Sears, and Dwayne Hewitt here courtside as Will Hensley gets the ball in to Cooper Allman. Now Horwedel with the basketball. Dalton, right-hand dribble. Now swings it back to Cooper Allman. Long shot by Sam Hensley, rolls around, no good, and rebound down to West Prairie. Done with the basketball, number 2. Now a silly foul there on number 42, Shane Shin. That'll be his second. Team foul number 4. Cole Taylor back for BPC, 23, Andrew Sullivan back in for West Prairie. 20, Bailey Sullivan inbounds to Luke Shirey. Shirey gets it over to Weaver, number 32, Reagan Weaver. Weaver drives in, kicks it out. Shirey inside they go. Sullivan guarded by Allman, and nice little an under move by Andrew Sullivan, and that makes it a 3-point lead for BPC, 18-15. So we hit the 4-minute mark as Cooper Allman calls bank on the 3 from the top of the circle. And it is now back to a 6-point lead for BPC, 21-15. Side Shirey up and good with a layup. And Luke Shirey cuts the lead back to 4, 21-17. BPC on top. Taylor with it now to Cooper Allman. Horwedel back to Allman. Back to Horwedel. Allman now swings it to Taylor. Inside they go to Sam Hensley. He'll get it back out. Taylor's going to fire up another 3 off the back iron. No. Rebound down to Weaver for West Prairie. Gets it to Dunn. Dunn brings it up with the right hand. Drives in, gets by Will Hensley, takes the scoop and scoops it up and in on the little up and under move, and a 2-point lead. The lead down to 2 for BPC at 21-19. 3:05 to play, first half. Cooper Allman with the basketball again for BPC. Now to Horwedel. Over to Will Hensley. Swings it to Allman. Inside they go. Sam Hensley head fake up, and the shot no. Rebound controlled by Dunn for West Prairie. He'll bring it all the way up the floor, scoops it up and in. And tie ball game now with under 3 to play, 2:38 to play, 21-21 ball game here between the Spartans and Cyclones. Will Hensley in the near corner to Taylor. Now Allman into Sam Hensley, back out to Taylor, thought about 3, drives in, floats one up, no, short, and rebound to West Prairie, and number 20, Bailey Sullivan. Done with the basketball, gonna drive in on Will Hensley, kicks it back to Weaver, over to Sullivan. Shirey with it now for the Cyclones, back to Dunn. Inside they go Weaver. Weaver guarded by Sam Hensley, to drive in, hits the other side of the basket. No, Cooper Allman down with the rebound. It's a racing Cole Taylor to the other end. His layup, no, but there for the putback, Will Hensley. A good job by Will Hensley following up the play and puts the Spartans back up by 2, and we're going to get a timeout by West Prairie.
Good hustle. That's the thing. We were talking about one of the last possessions there before the last timeout with Will Hensley hustling. And again, that was just a hustle play on him.
Country Financial agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protection for things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial at 309-772-3003. Medina District Hospital, athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, easy for me to say, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. Medina District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. And thank you for voting Medina District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 18, 19, and again in 23 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. Out of the timeout, 23-21. West Prairie trails by 2 to the Spartans. It will be Cyclone basketball. Dunn drives in on Hensley, loses Henley, layup up, no, but going to draw the contact from Will Hensley and go to the line for a chance to tie the game will be Braxton Dunn for West Prairie. Team foul number 5 on BPC as Dunn to the line for the first of 2. First one up, and the first one rattles around and comes back out, 23-21. BPC up by 2, Dunn with one more. Second one is up, and this one is good. Cuts the lead to 1, 23-22. Dalton Horwood brings the ball up for BPC, gets it to Taylor. Down to a minute 35 to play. Taylor with the left-hand dribble. Gets it over to Horwood. Horwood will sit up the offense for BPC as we see number 11, Josh Regal, in the ballgame for the first time for BPC. Bittner with the basketball now gets it over to Regal. Regal with the right hand. Horwood right wing. Bittner on top. Down to a minute 8 to play. Spartans showing some good patience thus far in this set for the offense. Taylor with it in the far corner. Now back to Horwood. Set that back up as we're under a minute to play, down to 53 seconds to play. Over to Bittner. Number 34 for BPC, guarded by Reagan Weaver. Horwood inside now. Will Hensley going to scoop it up. No, shot blocked from behind by Shirey, but BPC gets it back. A 3 by Regal's in and out, no good. And 32 seconds left. West Prairie with an opportunity here to take the lead before the half. Luke Shirey with it, back to Braxton Dunn. Sullivan. Andrew Sullivan with it, now had it momentarily poked away by Bittner, down to 20. Bailey Sullivan with the basketball, number 20, guarded by Taylor. Looking inside, Weaver, 32 with the basketball, guarded by Regal. Cross court, back they go to Andrew Sullivan. Down to 7, down to 6, down to 5. Inside, they try to go to Reagan Weaver, and the ball going to go out of bounds off the Cyclones. 3.1 seconds to play, and BPC with the basketball. Regal quickly into Bittner. Bittner's going to get it over to Horwood. The 3 is up and long. And at the half, it's 23-22. BPC on top of West Prairie at the half. And we'll be back here courtside in just a moment.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." They didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back to BPC High School. This is Dwayne Hewlett. I got on a microphone again. Kelly was a little late for the JV game, so I was on for just a split second until we realized we had some internet issues. And then we got back on, and you see a gentleman in a Spartans hoodie. It looks worn out. I'm not real sure how it could be worn out already. He just got through BPC High School in December, but the new principal, Mr. Butcher, is joining us here at the halftime show for the varsity contest. Boy, it's been an exciting first few months for you, hasn't it?
It has really been exciting. This is my new favorite hoodie. That's why it's worn out. I wear it about every other day. So,
well, there's nothing wrong with that. Heard good things. What's been your, let's take COVID aside and all the junk and crap that's went with that. What's been your take of Bushnell and Prairie City and the school district so far?
Well, I love it here. People have been really, really kind to me, very welcoming. I'm from Vermont originally, a VIT South Fulton guy, and so I've been to Bushnell 1,000 times, but never as an employee. And I really like the kids and the families and the teachers and administration. It's all around really a good place.
Well, you're taking a very active role in the kids. Some of the things, my niece is a senior and my nephew is a freshman. So we hear a lot of good things about your interactions, and I'm hearing it from the parents as well. It seems like for you, interacting with the kids and getting to know the kids and understanding the kids is a pretty important part of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think that gets lost sometimes in all of the X's and O's and the math and the reading of everything that we're trying to be really good at. But my favorite part, the reason why I do this, is for the kids. I love working with teachers. I love working with the students and the athletes, and they're very kind to say those nice things. It's ask them again in 5 years is what I always say.
Well, Hannah's probably won't change because she's leaving after this year. So
well,
you've already got her buffaloed. You're good for life with her probably.
That's good.
Unless, of course, she has kids and they go here and you're still here then. I guess maybe it could change then, but you're probably safe for the long run anyway. Now, having said that, when I talked to you initially about doing this, I knew you from a different era, so to speak, and in a different, I knew you as Coach Butcher, not Principal Butcher. So you've been doing a lot of stuff. So while you're doing a great job as the principal, this side of being a principal is important to you too, isn't it?
Absolutely. I was an athlete and involved in a lot of things extracurricularly when I was in school, and obviously as a teacher and administrator, I was highly involved with the extracurricular activities and athletics. It's been a big part of my life. So I tell you, I've never wanted to stay late and watch kids play worse in my life. It's been a real blessing to watch the kids run up and down the floor.
What's the challenges been like for you? I mean, I know it's your first time as a high school principal, but you've been a coach, you've been around this part of it a lot. What's really been the challenges for you guys as educators, coaches, administration, trying to make all this happen, especially in that short time frame that you had to say, okay, let's go?
Well, that's it right there. That's the challenge. We always have to stop and ask ourselves what's best for kids. And we're trying to figure out how we can do all these things and follow all these rules. And the rules keep changing every other day, and we're trying to follow them. And then we stop and we have to think what's good for these kids. And their high school days go by so fast, and so we're trying to make the best of it for them while they're here. And that's the challenge. For me and you, it's another year in what we do. It's another year as a teacher or as a fan or as an administrator or a coach. But for these kids, it's some of it's their only year, and that's tough. And we got to keep that in mind.
Well, I know Kelly.
Yep.
Kelly's doing games here. You came to be principal, and Kelly just quit. He just said, "To heck with it. He's not teaching, not coaching, not anything at Macomb anymore." Kelly, of course, you weren't principal. You were a teacher for a long time. How much do you envy these guys that are dealing with this now? You know, I've talked about this a few times, but Mr. Butcher's in a pretty tough situation along with every teacher that's teaching right now, aren't they?
Well, I will tell you, I had about 2 months of it, and I had a softball season that went down the drain, which we were going to be pretty good, and those kids didn't get a play. And, you know, for coaching football for all those years and not being able to go to a high school football game in the fall hurt a little bit. It really did. And, you know, football season is going to start up. Basketball season is getting crunched down. People are laying over. And, you know, one of the big things is I'm so happy the kids are getting to play, but the way they're doing it, you know, with still playing AAU at the same time you're playing your team sport, and just so many things that are going crazy that coaches didn't like in the past, but now we're having to live with it. And it's going to be a little different in the summertime, you know, with I always thought I taught in Iowa for a few years. I always thought they had it going on because they played baseball and softball when it was warm. Well, that's what we're going to be doing this summer. So, you know, a few years ago we voted, or the IHSA did, about moving to softball and baseball seasons and that stuff, and it didn't pass. But, you know, I guess my biggest thing is that it was so hard last year trying to do the things online. And the big thing is social skills with the kids. Not being around and just sitting in front of a computer all the time.
Yeah.
How is it for you as the principal dealing with, I mean, there's some kids that are your students you've never seen in the school yet, right?
Yeah, that's tough. You know, we're worried about the kids' mental well-being, and it's hard to keep tabs on them, keep track of them. You don't get to see them in the hallway and see what that look is on their face, and that's scary. We've been out of this far too long, and you know, they need these extracurricular activities. It just helps them. It's just everything's been a challenge, but there's a silver lining in all of it. It's probably going to change moving forward, like you said, sports and how we look at it. It'll be a long time before we take for granted what we're doing right now. Yeah. It'll be a long time we take for granted brick and mortar school buildings too, and being in them all day long.
Well, I'm happy to have you here. I think a lot of people are happy to have you here. You're doing great from what I understand. You've been great to work with on my end, so I'm happy with that. I greatly appreciate you coming and talking to us. Anytime you want to come talk to us on a broadcast, if you know something's going on at the school or an event's coming up, you want to come talk about it or talk about something going on, you just come talk. You're welcome anytime.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you and your whole crew. It's a good thing for the families and for the community. And I'm tickled pink to be here, and appreciate you having me on today.
All right, that was Mr. Butcher, the principal for Bushnell Prairie City High School. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back with the second half action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It's 23-22 at the half. We'll be right back after this.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And back here courtside at Bushnell Prairie City High School, and a nice opportunity to talk with the new principal here, Mr. Butcher, and I think Dwayne and Kelly for that. So we're about ready for second half basketball here. 23-22, BPC on top by one. It'll be Cyclone basketball. While we've got a chance, the birthday boy, Cole Taylor, a happy birthday. Cole's favorite food is tacos. Club organization that he's involved in, the FCA and FFA. Has the same stretch routine before every game. That's something he has to do. And his favorite teacher, imagine that, is Coach Snyder. So happy birthday, Cole. And we're ready for second half basketball, as it'll be West Prairie basketball. And inbounding will be 23, Reagan Weaver. It's at end number 2, Braxton Dunn. Geltmacher. Now Dunn going to fire up a long three, in and out, no good. And we're going to get a foul on the rebound on West Prairie as the ball goes off of BPC, but it will stay with BPC on the foul.
Weaver's first.
First team foul. Spartans with a 1-point lead, 23-22, 7:47 just underway here in the third quarter. Taylor with the basketball, far side, inside they go to Pico. He's going to shoot one from 14 and gets it to float down. Griffin Pico, the jumper, makes it a 3-point lead, 25-22 BPC. Braxton Dunn with the basketball for West Prairie. Gets it over to Luke Shirey. Back to Dunn. Weaver now with the basketball, top of the circle. Inside they go to a cutting Geltmacher. His shot, no. Rebound tapped around, finally corralled down by Cole Taylor for BPC. Number 5, the birthday boy. With it now, gets it to Cooper Allman. Allman going to drive in left hand, stops, pops from about 6 or 7 feet away. No on the shot, but Cooper Allman going to the line for 2.
Cyclone foul for 2, Braxton Dunn, his first.
Foul on Dunn is his first, team foul number 2. Cooper Allman up and good on the first, 26-22 lead for BPC. 7:07 to play here in the third quarter. Second one's going to be short off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound down to Weaver for West Prairie. Dunn with the basketball. Left-hand dribble. Over to Shirey. Weaver now in the far corner. Gets it back on top to Dunn. Dunn swings cross court to Weaver. Back out, Shirey going to pop a 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound controlled by Geltmacher, and he's going to put it back up and in. Matthew Geltmacher with a nice job on the board and the glass for the 2. The lead back to 2 for BPC at 26-24, 6.5 to play. Altman with the basketball. Now to Hensley, now to Taylor. Taylor's going to put the ball on the floor. Left-hand dribble, going to drive in, stops, pops, shot, rattles around. The shooter's touch off the front of the rim, and it drops back to a 4-point advantage for BPC at 28-24. Dunn to Weaver for West Prairie. Now near corner, that is a long 3 by 23, Andrew Sullivan. And the lead back to 1, 28-27. A barn burner back and forth game here at BPC High School. Inside, Hensley going to drive. No. Rebound down to Dunn for West Prairie. Spartans up 128-27. Sullivan going to pop another 3, and he has his shot blocked by Shin. Rebound down to Hensley. Shin going to bring it down. Taylor going to stop, pop a 3, and it's good. And a big swing there with West Prairie, a chance to take the lead, and BPC gets the 3 to push it back to a 4-point lead at 31-27. Dunn to Sullivan. Geltmacher back to Dunn. Dunn left-hand dribble, going to drive in past Pico, shot up off the glass and in. Braxton Dunn with a layup and makes it a 31-29 lead for BPC. 5:10 to play here, third quarter. Hensley to Taylor, back to Will Hensley. Will sets up the offense for BPC, guarded by Shirey. All nearly poked away. Hensley going to drive in, floats one up, no. Rebound tapped around, and Taylor there for the rebound off the hands of West Prairie, and Taylor there in the right place at the right time.
He's been there all night.
Lead back at 4, 33-29. Dunn drives in, a nice scooping layup on the right side for Braxton Dunn. And this has been a seesaw. Third quarter is back to just a 2-point lead for BPC at 33-31. Cooper Allman going to drive in, shot up off the glass. Nice job off the glass for Cooper Allman. And Allman puts the lead back at 4, 35-31, 4:20 to play here in the third quarter. Shirey going to fire up a 3 for West Prairie, short off the front rim. Geltmacher with a rebound, kicks it out to Weaver. Weaver puts the ball on the floor, gets it to Geltmacher. He'll drive by Pico, shot up off the glass, no. But Matthew Geltmacher going to the line for a couple of free throws for West Prairie.
42, Shane Shin picks up the foul for Bristol Prairie City. That's his third.
Shane Shin with the foul, and we're at the 4:07 mark. 35-31. We'll be back here to BPC High School.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And back here at courtside at Bristol Prairie City High School, 4:07 to play third quarter, 35-31 lead for BPC. Chris Rankhauser, Kelly Sears, and Dwayne Hewlett here at courtside this evening. Out of the timeout, it'll be Matthew Geltmacher for West Prairie at the line for 2 free throws. First one by Geltmacher off the front of the rim and off the back, no good. 35-31 again, BPC with a 4-point lead. Geltmacher up and no on the second. Rebound nearly lost by Sam Hensley, but gets it over to Cooper Allman. Allman with the basketball. Taylor. Back to Cooper. Horwedel. To Taylor. Cooper Allman thought about the three. No, gets it back to Taylor. 3:45 to play. Third quarter, 35-31 lead for BPC. Horwedel back to Taylor. Looking inside. Picks up the dribble, gets it over to Cooper Allman. Allman's going to fire up a three off the rim. No good. Rebound down to Geltmacher for West Prairie. Off to Dunn. Dunn going to drive in, loses his footing a little bit, gets it over out to Weaver. Side they go, Geltmacher on Taylor, up and in with a nice little easy layup there for Matthew Geltmacher. Lead is 2, 35-33. Taylor's going to fire a three up for BPC, and he hits it. Cole Taylor pushes the lead back to 5 at 38-33.
His 4th three on the night.
The birthday boy hot from outside. Inside the West Prairie, Geltmacher lost the handle. Jumper, 15-footer extended from the free throw line by Bailey Sullivan, and that one's good, and back to 3-point lead, 38-35, 2:47 to play. Well, Hensley with it for BPC. Now Cooper Allman. Dalton Horwedel with the basketball now for BPC, down to 2:35 to play, third quarter. Sam Hensley with it now, kicks it out to Allman. Allman fires up a three, and it's good. Cooper Allman from the left wing, and it's good. And 6-point lead now for BPC with 2:22 to play, 41-35. West Prairie with it now, Weaver. On top, inside they go. Geltmacher up over Taylor, lost the handle on it. No, rebound down to Sam Hensley. Gets it over to Will. Horwedel with it, number 23. And we're going to get an offensive foul, a moving screen on Sam Hensley. And a nice penguin invitation over there by Coach Snyder on the BPC bench.
I was wondering if anybody knows what the 3-point record is in a game for most threes made in a game.
That's Taylor pretty hot, the birthday boy on fire outside. Weaver with it for West Prairie. Now to 21, Briar Friday. He's got it to Shirey. Weaver with it, number 32. Dunn's going to fire up a three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound tapped around and going to be Bailey Sullivan, and Hensley over there battling for the basketball is going to go off of BPC.
Looked like Hensley got a little elbow in the back.
So we'll stay with West Prairie. Dunn with it now over to Shirey. Back to Dunn. Minute and a half to play, third quarter. 6-point BPC lead inside Weaver. Bailey Sullivan going to fire up a three. No, rebound down to Taylor. And we're going to get an alternating possession over there. Two Cyclones there with Taylor fighting for the ball. And on the alternating possession will stay with BPC. Minute 20 to play, 6-point lead, 41-35. 23, Dalton Horwittle brings it up for the Spartans. Now to Allman, inside, Sam Hensley, free throw line, loses the handle on it. Ball finally corralled by Sam, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout by Coach Snyder and the Spartans. Heil Enterprise and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 South of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333. Minute 7 to play here, third quarter, 41-35. BPC on top by 6. Thanks for tuning in tonight here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It'll be Spartan basketball out of the timeout. Taylor to inbound for BPC. Taylor going to get it in on top to Cooper Allman. 65 seconds to play. Back to Taylor. Cross court they go. Horwittle, free throw line, picks up the dribble, tries to go inside to Will Hensley. Sam with the loose ball, goes up for the shot, blocked, no, gets it back, goes up again, no foul, blocked, and out of bounds. It'll stay with BPC with 49.4 seconds to play here in the third.
Man, he was getting hammered in there, wasn't he?
It looked like a lot of contact on both occasions, but no foul. Taylor inbounds, gets it to Cooper Allman. Allman, nice dribble floater from about 7, no good. Rebound down to Weaver for West Prairie. 41-35, BPC on top. Done with the basketball for the Cyclones. Back to Weaver. Now Bailey Sullivan with it, number 20. Dunn thought about three, fakes, drives in. Looked like it carried the ball as he headed up on his shoulder. And inside it is Sullivan up. Bailey Sullivan, number 20, up. No on the shot. But he will get 2, and the foul going to be whistled on Cooper Allman. His first, team foul number 3.
They are letting them play tonight.
Bailey Sullivan to the line for the free throws. 23 seconds remaining. The first is up and good by Sullivan. Bittner checks back for BPC. Also in now for West Prairie, 23, Andrew Sullivan. West Prairie at 1-1 on the season. BPC at 0-2. 23 seconds on the clock. 5-point lead for BPC, second short. Bittner with the rebound, number 34 for BPC. Gets it to Will Hensley. Down to 15, picks up the dribble. Horwittle, far side, down to 10. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor's going to drive in, kicks it out to Will Hensley, down to 6, down to 5. Horwittle with 4, with 3. He's going to pop and off the back iron, no good. And that's how we're going to end the third quarter of play with BPC on top by score of 41-36 here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Gold Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Also brought to you by Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell. They've got a long family history taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021. Enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Also, Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell. They offer full-service banking and loan service for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or give them a call at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Chris Rinkhauser, Kelly Sears, and Dwayne Hewlett here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as we head to the fourth quarter of the Cyclone basketball as they trail BPC by 5, 41-36. Reagan Weaver to inbounds for West Prairie, gets it to number 3, Luke Shirey. Shirey over to Bailey Sullivan. Geltmacher now back on top to Weaver, back to Geltmacher. Geltmacher's going to drive in. This thing's backs out to Weaver. Now a three by Bailey Sullivan's long rebound down to Hensley. Will the other way goes up, gets it, and the foul. The foul going to be on Reagan Weaver, 32, and Will Hensley at a chance to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nice play by Hensley. Got the layup to go.
43-36, BPC on top. Hensley up and in and out, no good. The ball batted around and finally corralled by number 20, Bailey Sullivan for West Prairie. Weaver with it now. Right hand picks up the dribble. Andrew Sullivan, number 23, with it. Back to Weaver. Bailey Sullivan now to Shirey. Geltmacher. Andrew Sullivan picks up the dribble. Gets it to Bailey Sullivan. Right hand dribble to Weaver. Weaver's going to drive in, free throw line, kicks it off, blocked from behind, shot by Bailey Sullivan. Griffin Pico on the block from behind, but going to be whistled for the foul. His second, team foul number 4, and to the line for a couple will be Bailey Sullivan. First one up, the first one's good, makes it a 6-point lead for BPC. 43-37 is done back for Geltmacher for the Cyclones. Bailey Sullivan up and short, barely drawing rim on the second one. Pico with the rebound. Now we're going to get Bailey Sullivan on the reach-in on Griffin Pico.
Cyclone foul charge number 20, Bailey Sullivan, his first, team 4.
Team foul number 4, his first. 7:04 to play, 6-point lead for BPC, 43-37. Horwittle with it to Bittner, number 34 in the ballgame for the Spartans. Taylor goes inside. Will Hensley layup up, no good. Rebound down to Weaver for West Prairie. Hits it done. Number 2 will push it up the floor. Looks inside to Weaver. Weaver up and good. Draws the contact on Pico, and Reagan Weaver a chance to cut this to a 3-point lead with 6:37 to play.
20, Griffin Pico earns the foul for Wishful Party City. That's his third. Team 5,
Shane Shin, number 42, back for BPC. Reagan Weaver up and free throw rattles around, no good. Rebound down to Taylor for BPC. Over to Horwittle. Far corner, Bittner's going to fire up a 3 and hit it. Brian Bittner with a nice 3 out of the far corner and back to a 7-point lead, 46-39. BPC on top, 6:15 to play. Inside Weaver again with a nice little move and pass from Braxton Dunn, and Weaver with another 2 and back to a 5-point lead, 46-41. Will Hensley with it, right hand dribble, guarded by Shirey, kicks it back out to Shin. Gets it to Taylor. Bittner on top, guarded by Andrew Sullivan. Picks up the dribble, tries to give and go to, Hensley and Shin are both there. Shin throws up a shot, and it bounces around and drops. Shane Shin with a basket, back to a 7-point lead at 48-41. Got a 5:35 to play. Done. Andrew Sullivan now cross court to Weaver for the Cyclones. Back to Dunn. Dunn, right hand dribble, picks it up. Andrew Sullivan, a 3 from the right wing. No, in and out, no good. Rebound attempt back up by Bailey Sullivan. Nobody from White blocking out, but no good on the shot. BPC the other way. Bittner with the basketball, right wing. Horwittle to Will Hensley, back to Dalton. Cole Taylor now with it, number 5 for BPC as we hit the 5-minute mark to play. 48-41 lead for BPC. Taylor going to drive in, get some body contact, and floats up a good, nice little 13-footer. Pushes the lead back to 9 at 50-41.
That's his 18th point on the night.
Birthday boy with a great offensive game for BPC tonight. Andrew Sullivan with it for West Prairie. Inside they go now to Bailey Sullivan. He's going to float one up. Circa shot, no. Rebound tapped around. Shin with a rebound for BPC. Gets it to Will Hensley. Down to 4:30 to play. 9-point lead for BPC. Cole Taylor going to fire up another three and banks it in. He calls the bank. Cole Taylor, and we got a timeout by Coach Duncan for West Prairie, a 53-41 lead, 4:20 to play here at Bristol Prairie City High School. We'll be back in just a minute.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Venture Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Stuff. And welcome back here to Bristol Prairie City High School. Thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. After the timeout, 12-point lead for BPC at 53-41. Geltmacher back in for West Prairie out of the timeout. Weaver will inbound it to Dunn. Dunn, right-hand dribble. Shire's going to drive in, forces it up, and it goes for Luke Shirey, and going to get the foul on BPC. Foul on Will Hensley, his first team foul number 6. And Luke Shirey finishes the 3-point lead and play and cuts it back to a 9-point lead at 53-44, 4:05 to play. Bittner with it, number 34 for BPC. Over to Allman, number 10. Taylor inside to Shin. Shin's going to jump one up, and nice turnaround jumper from Shane Shin. And back to a 11 double-digit lead at 11, 55-44, 3:45 to play.
Ooh.
And that should be team foul number 7 on BPC. One a bonus now for West Prairie. Bittner with the foul, his first, and to the line for the one and bonus will be number 2, Braxton Dunn. Dunn up and rattles the first one down. Cuts the lead to 10, 55-45, 3:47 to play. Fourth quarter. Dunn with one more. Second one up, and second one is good. Braxton Dunn makes it a 9-point lead for BPC, 55-46, 3:40 to play. Cooper Allman with the basketball for BPC on the drive. Hands off to Shin. Shin going to drive in. All sorts of contact. No on the shot, but Shane Shin going to go to the line for 2.
Oh, no, they called that on the floor.
Oh, no. All right. Foul whistled on Matthew Geltmacher. I believe that is his third. Taylor into Allman. The shot for 3, no good. Saved nearly, and nice save. It was saved by Andrew Sullivan as he went flying into the bleacher. West Prairie with the basketball, down 55-46, 3:20 to go. Shirey going to fire up a 3 and hits from the near corner. Luke Shirey makes it a 6-point lead, 55-49, 3:11 to play. Cooper Allman to Cole Taylor. On top, Bittner with it, number 34. Gets a screen from Shin. He's going to stop pop a 3, no, but a timeout going to be taken, a full timeout taken by BPC. Hensley Green and Rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bristol Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021. Enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Also brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bristol. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bristol has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending and its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street. To learn more, F&M is a member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. #23 Dalton Horwittle back into the ball game for BPC. It will be Spartan basketball out of the timeout. Cole Taylor to inbound, number 5. He'll get it in to Cooper Allman. Back to Horwittle. To Taylor. Allman with it on top, number 10. Back to Horwittle, number 23. Taylor with it now, down to 2:45 to play. Inside they go, Shin. Hands off to Allman, back to Taylor. Taylor gonna drive in, stops, pops a 3, and he is on fire. What a pretty dribble penetration step back 3 for Cole Taylor. 58-49 lead for BPC, down under 3 to play. 2:20 to play. Bailey Sullivan at the other end for West Prairie answers with a 3. Back to a 6-point lead at 58-52. 2:10 to play. Horwittle with it for BPC to Taylor to Allman. Allman going to drive in, gets it inside, kicks it off to Hensley. Hensley up, no on the shot, but draws the contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The foul going to be whistled on number 3, Luke Shirey for West Prairie.
Cyclone foul number 3, Luke Shirey, is first, team 6.
Will Hensley the line for the free throws. First one up, first one good. Pushes it to a 7-point lead, 59-52, 2:01 to play. Hensley with one more. Second one up, and second one is good. 8-point lead now, 60-52. 2 minutes to play. Braxton done with the basketball for West Prairie. To Weaver, Reagan Weaver with the basketball now, number 32, now to Shirey. Andrew Sullivan with it. Pops a 3, no. Rebound goes up for his own rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball, alternate possession to BPC. 1:41 to play, and Coach Duncan going to take a timeout on the far side. We're brought to you by M&B Furniture. Bushnell's only furniture store will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, the best in home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street. You can also find M&B Furniture on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.andbfurnitureinc.com. You can also give them a call at 309-772-2111. Also, Country Financial agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protection for things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial, 309-772-3003. Chris Rankhauser, Kelly Sears, and Dwayne Hewlett here live at BPC High School. Thanks for tuning in tonight to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Out of the timeout, it's a 60-52 lead for BPC. They are on top by 8. They will have the basketball.
Looks like they're going to pick them up full court press. That was something I was wondering about that, with about 3 minutes ago, I thought maybe they might pick them up.
Down to a minute 40 as Taylor gets it into Shin. Back to Taylor. And he's going to get it over to Horwittle. Horwittle going to drive in, picks up the dribble, gets it to Allman. Allman going to drive in. He's hard contact up on the shot, no. And Cooper Allman going to the line for some free throws. The foul going to be whistled on 32, Reagan Weaver. His third, team 7th. Allman up and good on the first. Back to a 9-point lead for BPC, 61-52, 1:29 to play. Allman up and no on the second, but Taylor there for the rebound. Loses the handle on it. Loose ball, gonna go Ooh, off of, I thought it was off Taylor, but they're going to say off West Prairie and stay with BPC with 1:24 to play. Taylor to inbound. Gets it into Allman. Down to 1:20. 9-point lead. Hensley to Horwedel.
Going to have to foul, aren't they?
Will Hensley with it now down to 1:10. West Prairie's got to start thinking about making the fouls now as the clock down to 1:06. Now they get a steal. Andrew Sullivan with the basketball. Down to a minute to play. Down by 9. 61-52. Dunn far corner with it for West Prairie. Weaver drives in. Dunn. Dunn's going to pop a three. It's going to come up short. Barely draw iron. Will Hensley there for the rebound. Loses the handle. Now to Allman. Down to 44 seconds. Now we're going to get a foul as Allman going to be fouled by Andrew Sullivan. Thanks to all the folks listening around the World Wide Web.
Yeah, we got Janet Sloan. She's watching from Fort Myers, Florida tonight, and probably a little bit warmer in Fort Myers than it has been here the past week.
Yes, I would say so. Is Cooper Allman to the line for the free throws. First one up, no good on the one and bonus. Will Hensley there for the big rebound for BPC. And Shane Shin's going to now be fouled as he tried to drive in. Foul going to be whistled on number 20, Bailey Sullivan. His second, team foul number 9, 39.2 seconds to play. Shin up and no on the free throws. It rattles around. Andrew Sullivan with the rebound, gets the outlet pass down to Shirey. Shirey going to drive up, count it, and a foul as Cooper Allman going to be whistled for the foul. Looked like fairly decent position, but Shirey going to get the basket to go and a shot to cut the lead to 6, 61-54. BPC on top, 32.9 seconds to play. Shirey up and good, 61-55. As we've got substitutions for West Prairie, we see number 30, Kyle Rhodes, and number 15, Brandon Clark into the ballgame for the first time tonight. Taylor to inbounds. Gets it to Will Hensley. He's triple team, ball poked away, and West Prairie got it. And Braxton Dunn up with a quick 2. And just like that, with 28.4 seconds to play, it's a 4-point ball game, 61-57.
30-second timeout.
Thank you again for tuning in tonight. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Heil Enterprise and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or give them a call at 309-775-3333. 61-57, BPC on top by 4, 28 seconds to play. Spartan basketball out of the timeout. Taylor to inbound. Gets it to Cooper Allman. Allman gets it up across midcourt. It's going to be fouled from behind by 32, Reagan Weaver. Only a couple of ticks off the clock, down to 25.2. Now double bonus for BPC as that's team the 4th on Weaver. Allman up and rattles around, no good on the first. Andrew Sullivan in for West Prairie as Geltmacher checks out. Second one is up and good by Allman. 5-point lead, 62-57, 23 seconds to go. Dunn the other way quickly, going to drive and kicks it out. Andrew Sullivan a 3. It's good. 62-60, 17.6 seconds left. Timeout, full timeout taken by West Prairie. Final timeout for West Prairie. That's just a 2-point lead for BPC. We'll be back here at courtside in just a moment.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And back here courtside at Bristol Prairie City High School, 17.6 seconds to play, fourth quarter. BPC up 62-60. And Kelly, they had this out to about an 11, 12-point lead at points here in this second half. And West Prairie doing a good job of getting back into this and making this a whole lot tighter than the Spartans would like to see.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I thought that West Prairie would start pressing a little bit earlier than what they have been.
Taylor to inbound, out of the timeout, gets it in to Horwoodle. And he's going to be quickly fouled in the corner.
These are big free throws right here.
Going to be whistled on number 20, Bailey Sullivan. His third.
This turns into a one-possession or two-possession ball game right here.
And again, the key for West Prairie is they got the foul quick, just about a second off the clock. Horwoodle up and rattles that one down, makes it a 63-60 ball game. 16.6 seconds to play. One more. On the way by Horwoodle. This one off the back iron, no good. Rebound down to Dunn for West Prairie. Down to 12. Dunn tries to hit Bailey Sullivan. Now Dunn gets it back. Cross court. Weaver's going to fire up a three off, no good. Rebound to Will Hensley. Down to 4, down to 3. And a foul with 3.7 seconds to go. It's going to send Will Hensley to the line for 2. And Shane Shin, I think, shaking up a little bit, it looks like, off that rebound as Will Hensley to the line. 3-point lead for BPC, 63-60. He'll have 2. BPC looking for their first win of the year.
He makes this one just stand there. They have no timeouts left.
Oh, it bounces around about 2 or 3 times in the back of the rim. No good. One more for Hensley. Second one's up, and that one's good. 64-60, 3.7 seconds to play. Inbound pass is nearly poked away. Out of bounds is going to go off of Shin. Stay with West Prairie. They'll get it back at mid-court with 2.4 seconds to play.
No fouls, no fouls.
Reagan Weaver to inbound. Andrew Sullivan going to fire up a 3 short, and that will do it. Final score tonight, 64-60. BPC picks up win number 1 on the season over the Cyclones of West Prairie. We'll be back here with the post-game show in just a moment.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And welcome back here courtside tonight in the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. JoJo's offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street here in Bushnell and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And cheer them on to victory tonight. Coach Snyder, congratulations. Win number 1 of the season.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
A little closer, though, than you were probably wanting there at the end. You guys out to about 11-point lead here in the second half.
Yes, and again, West Prairie is a very good ball club. They're gonna they've already won a game this year, and it's something that we've tried to get to, and we finally got our first win in the season.
And a nice night for the birthday boy, Cole Taylor. Quite a night for him offensively.
Yes, he finally had a game where he kind of came out of his shell a little bit. He struggled the first 2 and finally came out, and just so happened to be his birthday. So
Did he call bank on that one?
He
You
did.
guys were okay.
He did. He
I wanted to check on that.
It might have been a little late, but he called bank.
Well, just to, you guys. I was talking with Coach Martin after the JV game. You guys didn't get a lot of practice time before those first 2 games, and a couple of tough ones with Knoxville and Farmington to start off. And
right.
you expect to see progress, and we see the progress from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, and saw it here tonight. And you guys get that first win.
Right, and I talked about that after our Farmington game. That you'll see a different team on Friday because we'll have, I was hoping to have 4 practices, but with snow and everything. We didn't get our practices on Monday and Tuesday, so they were actually ready to work on Wednesday, which was probably our best practice of the year. And then Thursday to follow it up was awesome. So,
good.
The one thing it would have been Braxton Dunn there early, and then you guys switched your defenses and went to 2-3, and I just thought that the hustle you had, and I think it was in the third quarter at the one possession right before you called a timeout, Will Hensley had rebound after rebound after rebound kicking it out. I mean, he's a workhorse in there for you.
He is. He's got a nonstop motor, and it just loves to go and go and go. And he comes out of the game. He's like, Coach, I'm ready to go back. I'm like, you just came out. I need you to get a little break. But, yeah, he definitely helped us defensively tonight.
And like we said, Cole Taylor had 24, Cooper Alleman had 15, Will Hensley had 10, and then Shane Shin ended up with 9. And, that's pretty good balanced scoring all the way down.
Right, and that's what I tell the guys, and I've preached that ever since I've came here. I said, I don't want one guy scoring 25 and the next guy scoring like 6. Like the offense that we run, everybody should have an equal chance to shoot the ball and score. And this is obviously this year is our best balanced scoring attack. We do have 24 and 15s up there, but again, when you're hot, you're gonna keep shooting. So yeah. I don't have any complaints on that.
Yeah, 3 guys in double figures and almost 4, and if you get that kind of output, you got to feel pretty good about things for BPC this year.
Right, and like I said, we're trending forward and improving every day, and that's something that I appreciate. We're moving in the right direction, anyways.
Well, thanks, Coach. We won't take any more of your time. We appreciate you coming up tonight. Congratulations again on win number 1. And, with this 6-7 week schedule, things are fast and furious. So before you know, we'll be right back here at it again on
correct
on Tuesday night. So
right, I got one shout out. My old manager out in North Carolina when I coached out there. I hope he's still watching. Jimmy Hosilla, thanks for calling. He calls me every day, and we talk basketball, and I appreciate it, man. So. Look forward to your call tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Coach Tyler Snyder here on the post-game show, the JoJo's Gaming Parlor at post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink, a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushel, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And Kelly kind of went over some of the scoring summary there, but we'll turn things over to you, and let's get a end of the game scoring summary.
Okay, for West Prairie, had Braxton Dunn for 20, Luke Shirey for 15, Bailey Sullivan for 7, Reagan Weaver for 6, Galtmacher had 4, and Andrew Sullivan ended up with 6 also. And for BPC, Will Hensley had 10. Cole Taylor had 24 on the night. Excellent night. Cooper Allman with 15. Griffin Preco had 2. Horwittle had 1. And Brian Bittner, he hit the 1-3, and that 3 was a pretty big 3 that I think jumped us up to 7 points. And Shane Shin ended up with 9, one shy of being in double figures. But what an excellent ball game for BPC tonight.
Yeah, the 4-point win, 64-60 here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And don't want to let people forget about that. You can tune back in. There's more action here tomorrow. Junior high boys basketball versus West Prairie. That is a 10 o'clock tip. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH at about 9:50 tomorrow morning. So that's going to wrap things up here from Bushnell Prairie City High School tonight, where again the Spartans pick up win number 1 of the season, 64-60. For Kelly Sears, Dwayne Hewitt, Chris Frankhauser saying so long and thanks for tuning in.